the coach brings up a good point. I mean, I want to talk about balance, and looking at obviously Orlando Pirates almost having a similar season to that of Kaizer Chiefs, where the league was a write-off, and then as far as continental competition is concerned, they're showing form that obviously their fans are wondering, why can't you do that in the league games? But what have you made of their run? I mean, they're looking very, very much primed to, take, in inverted commas, the NFD of African competition by storm, and add another accolade. I mean, they've got the one. Will they complete the set? Because they're looking really, really comfortable in this competition.
Yeah, I think my opinion on this Orlando Pirates, I think they've realized that all the domestic competition is outreach now. What they have right now, the motivation is to go for CAF and try and win as many games as possible. They've done that from the onset. I don't know if the planning is a little bit different, but in terms of the competition level and how Coach Mandla Ncigazi and Fadlu have periodized for this, because this is a tournament and which is it's more intense compared to the league. And I think again, I'll go back to what the coach has said. He spoke last week about at what state am I receiving my players on? Are they fresher when they're supposed to go to Africa? Are they well rested? Do they have enough time with the coach compared to when they play the league? When they play a league, I'm only with them for maybe 24 hours. But if I'm going for CAF, maybe at least I've got like 2, 3, 4 days with them to prepare, because they still have to go to camp, they need to travel. That harmony, that spirit gets built into those stages. But when it comes to the league, it's like you train, you go home, and then you don't monitor things that you have to eat. Your sleeping patterns changes, because on camp, things are different. There's times where they're going to take away your phones. You're not going to be on social media. So when they are principal and there's a curfew, you do understand your job, and then you have to respect it, and you perform much better compared to what's happening on the league. So I think for me right now, I think they are well managed when it comes to the CAF, and which I feel they're responding well when they are under this curfew and this discipline line that has been drawn by the coach. But as soon as they come home, we see a different Orlando Pirates, because the way we're looking at their results, they're doing so great in that. And most of the fans would be worried, why can't they have the same replica into the league? Because right now we could be talking about Orlando Pirates that is sitting second on the league, same as where Royal AM. So we'd expect the top 3 to be there. And now for them to be at CAF and already have qualified, it gives a very good picture to the supporters, as the coach has alluded, that when a team start winning, it's only then I will come out and then say, maybe my methods are starting to work. But domestically, it's not sweeter for the fans, because they're not receiving it well. Yes, they know it's a bigger competition, but with Orlando Pirates, everything that is on the table, you have to win it. And it comes with the price. So when you're coaching big teams, the coach would attest to that. As he just said now, coaching Ali, coaching Sundowns, coaching Platinum Stars. Once you're at the top, you're at the top, my man. So you need to maintain that standard. And the type of players that you will have is the players that are supposed to carry you through. Again, get in the psyche of the players, prepare the players well in understanding that, listen, guys, this is a different stage where you are and from where you're coming from. Keep the consistency in it, and they start moving forward. So for me, I think yes, they are doing quite well on the CAF platform, but on the league, I still feel that they need to improve on that side. And what's available for them now is CAF. So if they don't win this one, maybe fans won't be that forgiving. But again, a reasonable fan, which I hope we still have, will say, all right, at least they went to the knockout stages, or they go as far as the semifinals or the quarterfinals, because there's nothing on the table for them except this one.
Well put, Sosi. To that point, Brighton, let's talk about, the pressure. Are we seeing that maybe, even though you see Mamelodi Sundowns top of the table as far as they are, that pressure of trying to keep up with them and catch up to them has these players playing so, I guess, restricted, as opposed to what they do, where in the competition, as the CAF competition is concerned, is not one where they're expected to win. Is that what it is? Because I feel like maybe there's more pressure to win the CAF because, hey, man, like we've said, it's the only one left on the table. So how is it that the players are able to, bring up their performances for the CAF competition when it's always about pressure? I would figure the pressure would be greater for them to actually complete the job as far as the Confederations Cup is concerned.
Yeah, look, first and foremost, well, I was lucky to be part of the squad that played the Champions League final 2013, and as well as a playing member of the squad when we played the Confederations Cup final in 2015. One of the similarities to that is that when you get to Orlando Pirates, when you are signed by that club, first and foremost, you are being told about the class of 95 that won the CAF. And they'll tell you that this is one of the parting gifts for the chairman. He won't retire without getting that tournament, whether it's a Confed or the Champions League. That's one of the... And at the same time, you look at the pre-teams I've just mentioned now with our class when we went to the 2013 final and the 2015 final. After that, Orlando Pirates was supposed to be on an incline, but what happened was we dropped, got knocked out in the group stages, got knocked out in the quarterfinals and so forth. And for a club of Pirates caliber, I remember saying it beginning of the season, comes on the show when we made comparison between Chiefs, Pirates, and Sundowns. And I said to you guys, and I'll still repeat, that we look at Sundowns, we envy, right? But the problem is with that envy, we're not taking any notes to say, what is my neighbor doing right? What is my neighbor doing that's helping to stay consistent within the domestic domination and on the Champions League scale? If we can identify those as Orlando Pirates and say, this is what's happening, and we think in order for us to get it better, we need to follow the footsteps of what Mamelodi Sundowns are doing.
But everybody, Brighton, I know everyone's going to tell you it's the money. People are going to tell you no one has the money that Sundowns have. That's always going to be the excuse. And that's, that's what people will say. It's like, how do you compete? Like, we don't have the budget.
I disagree. I fully disagree to a certain point. Coach Kevin just said something very profound here. With Mamelodi Sundowns now, we're not talking tactics. We're talking about the football philosophy and the managerial style of things, right?
The culture, yeah.
The culture and the tradition of the team. And I've said it so many times that with Orlando Pirates, it got to a point where players have lost the identity of the team and the culture. Whereas with Mamelodi Sundowns, the players that are there and the players that are being brought in are the players that who fit in, who understand the culture of the team and the way of doing things, respecting your football. You understand? I mean, earlier on today, I bumped into Sakele Libase. He was like, I'm tired. On the road, he's saying, I'm tired, but he's still on the road. Just came back from a long, crazy trip. And I'm saying to him, I think in order for you to stay injury-free, you need to take good care of yourself, of your body, So I don't know if he understood that part because he's a decent player. I'd love to see him and Tshego Mabasa doing great things at Pirates. But I feel like the players don't have the understanding and the dynamics. We used to go to Egypt on Tuesday, having to play a game on Sunday. And we knew that coming back, I have a game midweek. So it means as soon as I land, straight home, elevate, recover, and still keep the same momentum. And my mindset is still saying, I have a job to do. And obviously, it does strike a balance where you don't play well domestically, but on a continental scale, you are doing well. That thing is just up in the mind. It's the same as the question where you say, if you want to play home leg or second leg, we used to do that. We used to think, if we play away, it's good. And then the second leg, you come back here. And then to that point that psychologically it affected us because all the cup finals, now that's when it changed because all the games that we played from the qualifying rounds, we're playing
home and
away
away
first and then home. Yeah. And then now cup final, both Alali and Du Sahel, we played home first. Psychologically, we were messed up, you understand? So all those things, I like how coach is saying. And at the same time, to put it into context, all these away goal things are done let's worry about winning the game. Hence, I'm saying, as a footballing nation, when are we going to start taking our football serious to a point to say we are taking charge, we are dominant, the same way as someone's saying, we are dominant, we're going out there to be a force to be reckoned. As soon as we have that, and then it's easy to transfer that energy back to the domestic league. That's the same mentality that we should have. It shouldn't be a cut and break. Okay, we're playing CAF now, we need to bring our A game. Okay, no, we're coming back to the league. We're going to pull, So it's one of those, I believe that it's just a mentality thing. We need to change our mindset. That's it.
On the point of culture, and this is open to everybody, Coach Kevin, I also want to hear from you. When a culture leaves a team, who did it leave with? Is it a coach? Is it usually a bunch of players that were there for the for the heyday of the club? When we talk about these clubs where that culture of excellence is missing, where did it go and who did it leave with, and how is it then brought back?
My own opinion, Hamza, is that it comes with a lot of things. For example, I say this in all respect, Sundowns. The Sundowns culture that I know that worked there started with a man by the name of Kappa. And it's never changed. And when you look further back at Sundowns, when you look at the time of Iwi Kambule, Roger Futumba, Madao, the same culture. Sundowns have never changed since then. They've always played the same football. You look at Screamer Shabalala, when he had Sundowns, when Kappa had Sundowns, when Neil Tovey and Gamondi had Sundowns, when Gordon Ingerson and Kevin Johnson had Sundowns, when Pitso Mosimani and Rolani and Manoba had Sundowns, it's all the same culture. What happens is, for me, is what changes is that your scouting changes over time. You bring in the wrong players, or you chase the wrong players to come and replace your older players. You know what I'm saying? For example, Brighton is a fantastic goalkeeper. He's got a mouth on him that no one else has got. He's got organization that no one else has got. But you change him for someone that's dead quiet, that doesn't talk, that just saves balls. That's all he does. So your culture will change because of that. You understand what I'm saying?
I hear what you're saying.
You change the manager who doesn't understand what a culture is, and to come and say, oh, philosophy. What philosophy? What philosophy? Football has got no. I don't think football has got philosophy. You either play football or you play skit and donner, like we say, skop and donner. You know what I'm saying? Skop and donner. You either do it that way or you do it the other way. Put the ball on the floor and attack each other. It's the tactics and the quality of a player you bring into the spine of your team as like you want to play. Do you want to play the ball on the floor? Yes. Then don't employ someone in the center back who cannot start the ball, or someone in the midfield who cannot break down the play, or someone as a striker, or someone as a winger who cannot take on players. Those are things that you got to look at. And Brighton says he was part of a lot of things in Pirates. Yes, he was part of all those Confederation Cups and things like that. I was also part of finals and how we play the finals. It's how you apply yourself and what players you bring in. And yes, you can see there's a lot of players, Manchester United as they are now, they are in a slump for the last 10 years. Why? Because they're bringing in the wrong players. Al Ali themselves, before Pitso Mosimani, for 5-6 years, they were in the wrong place. They were bringing in the wrong players. What do they have now? They brought in someone who knows how to, before Pitso Mosimani, they brought in someone who knew how to get the team to a level, and they brought in the players and they said, yes, this crop of players, 15 of them within the team are the right players. We just need to add, but the 15 is the number one players. And that is what you see happening at Manchester City. Pep Guardiola has got 16 players that plays every week. week in and week out. He's got 16 players. And when he's leading the Champions League, like he done the other day with 5-0 going away, playing somewhere else, he brings in the 19-year-old that he knows in the next 6 months, he's going to be the next Phil Foden, the right back. He's 17 years old or 19 years old. You understand what I'm saying? He will take, and this is what it is. It's not an evolution of style or an evolution of football. It goes down to who's managing the team, who's scouting for the team, who's the medical guys who's keeping these guys fit, because those guys normally stay for 30, 40 years in the team. And then, of course, basically, who's the head coach? What type of head coach? Is he a domineering guy? Is he a people's person? Is he a technical guy? Is he a tactical guy? All those little things count as to how your team maintains its style of play over many years.
Okay. No, that makes sense. Okay,
I
so
don't know.
culture
Does
is
that make
very
sense?
important. No, it does. It does. But at the same time, I think what I'm hearing is that sometimes, keeping it simple is actually the way to go. Football hasn't changed very much. Like you're saying, it's all a game about putting your best team on the pitch, and then with time, using that culture to blood more people so that you have more options moving forward in the cycle. It reminds me of something they call a perpetual grow. Go Google what that is. But yeah, it reminds me of a perpetual grow. We're going to keep it moving. So much wisdom on the show tonight. I really do hope you're enjoying it. Thank you so much for joining us.